And I'm just looking, and we do have quorum. So may I have a motion to approve the July 17th, 2025 work session minutes, please? All right, and a second. And if there's no discussion, please vote. You don't have it up? Okay. Let's see. All right, I think I got everybody now. That was moved by Worthy, seconded by Pond, and that passes. I'm going to turn it over now to our acting general manager, Ms. Rhonda Allen.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Madam Chair. I do have a few updates for the board this morning. First, I'd like to just remind everyone of the major events that we have coming up for Labor Day weekend and speak to our plans there. So this Labor Day weekend, holiday weekend, we will be planning for visitors for Dragon Con in the downtown area. We have 2 college football, the kickoff games at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, as well as the Black Gay Pride weekend events at Piedmont Park. The heaviest day for us will be Saturday, where we have the Dragon Con parade that is well attended, as well as the football game. On that day, the MARTA Emergency Operations Center will be operational. We'll have also APD or MPD officers deployed with APD and the MBS Emergency Operations Centers as well. Officers who are not assigned to those duties will be highly visible in and around our stations, as we've canceled all off days for those for the officers. There will also be additional operations and administrative staff deployed to assist with the increase in travelers and riders throughout our system on that weekend. A normal frequency for a holiday weekend would be for train service. It would be about 15 minutes. But during the high volume periods, customers will see frequencies between 5 and 7 minutes through that weekend. So we look forward to a festive and successful series of events in just a couple of weeks, and look back to report back soon. Next, I'd like to just give you an update on the what we call APARC, the Automated Parking and Revenue Control System. That system was upgraded to it was 11 or 9 long-term paid parking lots in April of this year. And these improvements have greatly improved the customer experience, as offers a more consistent and reliable process of payments for those who are using that system. And since April, I'm proud to report, we've collected just under $855,000 in parking revenue, and that is well above what was expected, around $386,000. So yes, so the finance team, yeah. So the finance team has predicted that if this continues in the current trend over the next 12 months, we'll collect about $2.5 million, which rivals the pre-COVID levels with lower ridership. So congratulations to the finance team and the project delivery team members for the successful completion of that project, and we're excited about the positive impact that has for our customers as well as our revenue stream. So congratulations to Kevin and others who helped with that project. This past Saturday, I had the pleasure of speaking at the ribbon cutting ceremony for the newly opened Brookhaven City Center. It is built on MARTA property. It stands as a reminder of what we can accomplish when MARTA and local governments really partner together effectively. We were able, while we were there, to showcase the improvements at the Brookhaven Station as well, which includes the new platform pavers, which look especially good when you're inside the City Hall and you're looking out. Trains come right past that, the windows and the offices in that building, and look nice, but you can't hear a thing. So I want to say thank you to the Brookhaven Mayor, John Park, former Mayor John Erst, members of the Brookhaven City Council, and others who made that day possible and special. And thanks to Brookhaven City Manager Christian Sigmund, who gave us a personally guided tour of that remarkable facility. And now I'd like to invite Carrie Rocha to the lectern to give us an update on the upcoming work at Garnett Station. Carrie.
Good morning, Chair Ide, Vice Chair Pond, Ms. Allen, and members of the board. I'm Carrie Rocha. I'm the Chief Capital Officer, and I wanted to give you a brief update on the Garnett Station rehabilitation, specifically related to the skip stop work. So as you may recall, we had Mr. Pollock who gave an update on the overall station rehab for Garnett Station back in June, at the end of June. And we wanted to return because now we have solidified the dates that we're going to move forward with this project and make sure you are aware before we now are announcing to the public this skip stop. So moving in, just a brief reference to the overview. I'm only focused on the scope of work during the skip stop, so it's a 6-week skip stop. And just a refresher, a skip stop is the station itself is closed, but we do have trains passing through the station to continue service. So we'll offer a shuttle service, but the skip stop is really a very easy way for us to quickly get the work done more safely and then open it back up to our customers. In this process, we will be demolishing the existing floor. We will be removing the debris from the station, installing new floor tiles on the platform level, primarily focused on the 300 feet that's in the middle of the platform, which is the most challenging to do under any sort of public being present. So we want to make sure we get that part done. Repair and replace the expansion joints and clean and reseal concrete surfaces, including walls and benches and other things, and then servicing our escalator that is in this station. So as noted, September 13th, which is a Saturday, we do plan to implement this skip stop with the end of the skip stop on October 26th. So we would resume service, revenue service on October 27th. The station will be closed. We will start with some single tracking on that Saturday. And again, we've really worked around events, making sure we're very focused on, the construction work, but also keeping our operations moving. So we will be installing our fencing along the platform perimeter there to protect our workforce and the contractors, and then proceeding with the platform work as I noted. Normal service will resume on October 27th to November 14th when we plan to complete the rest of the platform. This will require short and long stops. Our intention is just like any of our other skip stops. If we can complete the whole thing during the 6 weeks, we will. And really, it's an efficient operation once we can get out in the field and have full access. So we will do everything we can, but anticipating, if we need it, doing the short and long stops to finish the north end of the platform. This is a little more specifics about the shuttle service plan that we have worked out. So essentially at Garnett Station, you can see the bottom of the map. That's on Brotherton. And that will be where our stop will be at Garnett. We'll be taking a right onto, good Lord, sorry. Forsyth, sorry. I'm getting them all confused. Onto Forsyth, continuing up to 5 Point Station, right at where the entrance is open to 5 Point Station on Forsyth, making a right turn onto Marietta, making a right turn onto Pryor, making a right turn onto MLK, and then a left turn onto Peachtree. So this is the most efficient manner for us to have that circulator going between the two stations. And, it is a very quick 0.3 mile walk between the two stations as well. In terms of the outreach campaign, we will publicly launch this today. We have been talking to all of our friends and neighbors about this since we had spoken to you last at the end of June. We'll be installing preview signage today, launching the full digital campaign today with our social media, our alerts, and platform announcements. We have ongoing council member briefings. On June 30th, we held a relatively larger one with multiple council members that had joined, as well as some of their staff. Atlanta Public Schools joined that, as well as a representative from the mayor's office. And so we'll again be connecting with our NPUM downtown, and then as we've been doing since the end of June, making those individual calls and emails. And this is an example of the signage that will be out in the stations today. This is a list of the key stakeholders that are nearby. Again, many of these conversations have already happened and will continue to happen as we make sure that everybody is aware. There's the Greyhound bus terminal, which is right next door to the station, as well as a Greta bus connection that is at Ted Turner and Brotherton. So we are well aware of that, and we need to continue to make the connections so their traveling customers also are aware. And with that, I'll turn the floor back to you, Chair Ed.
Yes, just more to the GM report. Thank you, Carrie. So I'd like to now just take a moment and introduce Michelle Arrington to the board and to MARTA. She's our new Assistant General Manager of External Affairs. She will oversee federal, state, and local government relations, community engagement, marketing, sales, and communications. Michelle has a great deal of experience in leadership, community engagement, and external affairs here in the metro area. She comes to us from Verizon, where she served as a Director of State and Local Government Affairs. She previously worked as Assistant County Attorney in Fulton County, Staff Attorney with the Fulton County State Court, and Public Defender for the City of Atlanta. She's an Atlanta native and a graduate of Douglas High School. Welcome, Michelle. Please, Wade, let us know. Welcome to MARTA. We look forward to working with you here. And then lastly, Chair, I'd just like to just mention the upcoming meetings. Yes. Okay. We have a Riders Advisory Council here at HQ on Wednesday, September 3rd, the virtual MAC committee meeting on September 9th, and then middle of next month, September 14th through Wednesday, September 17th, is the APTA Transform Conference in Boston. And that concludes my report.
Thank you so much. Mr. Hunt, I believe we have several matters for executive session, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Litigation and personnel matters.
May I have a motion and a second to go into executive session? All right. Ms. Hartage, Mr. Pond, all in favor? All right. That's everybody. Thank you. Board of Directors meeting. Apologies that we're running a little late. It's now 1:57 p.m. We have quorum, so we're going to start the meeting. Mr. Hunt, did we have any public comments to report via email or voicemail today?
We had no public comments via voicemail or email today.
Okay, we're going to move forward with our in-person public comments. So the public will not be allowed to yield or donate time to other speakers. The public comment portion of the meeting will not exceed 45 minutes. If the 45-minute time limit is reached before public comments are completed, public comment will be suspended and the board meeting will commence. Public comment will resume at the end of the board meeting, and it looks like today we have 4 speakers. So as I call your name, please come up to the podium. You'll see that we set a timer for your 2 minutes, and if you can try to be aware of when your time is wrapping up, I would appreciate it. So I believe it is Sharon Beatty.
Yes, good afternoon. My comments that I have is regarding the mobility and the drivers. They're not nice at all, and they say they do not assist handicapped people because of, I don't know what has happened, but I've had to call just about every day, and I would really just love to see just one company, and I would love for First Transit and Mr. and Mrs. Gonzalez to come back and run it, even if they have to bring people from Miami. That's basically all I had to
All
say.
right. Thank you so much. And I'm going to, if you will, our COO, George Wright, is over on this side of the room. If there are any other specific concerns you'd like to discuss with him on service issues you're having, he's happy to meet with you and hear that. But we have your comments on, we understand your concerns. Thank you. Next up, we have Judith Sullivan.
Hi, everybody. I've been riding the 110 bus as my main bus, and there's 2 senior residences that are serviced by that. And the GPS on buses, there's a problem. Many aren't working. So the buses don't show up on the phone app and will only continue in the new app. And I spoke with management who promised GPS would be fixed on the buses, but after a while, because of no maintenance procedure in place, a lot of buses' GPSs aren't working. So they need a procedure when the driver has no GPS, has to log in. When the driver has no GPS and he can't log in, he has to call the supervisor, who then knows the GPS isn't working, who should then notify, the mechanics to bring the bus in. And I've started to walk sometimes, seeing no bus, and a bus passes by. It's like, oh. And the number 110 bus, 2 stops were eliminated that were very important for the safety of the residents of the senior residences. They're the north and southbound at Sheridan Drive and Peachtree Road, which are used by a lot of the residents, as I said, and it's safer to cross that intersection than at Delmont and Peachtree, where there are a lot of accidents regularly. And so can you restore those bus stops? And I attended the commissioners' meeting on May 21st when the CEO of MARTA made a presentation, and I was amazed at all the new routes added, such as those going up Route 400, when buses are constantly canceled on routes 5 and 10 because there's no driver. I've been told by Deborah Silcox that the CEO was excellent with previous experience. However, I had yet to see any improvement in the situation regarding the 110 bus service. Before COVID, you would expect the bus to arrive when it was scheduled, but not these days. And are we to expect things getting back to those days anytime soon? And I understand that because it's a Republican majority that's not interested in helping fund in the state, I'll talk to Deborah Silcox about it. She comes to a current events meeting at my church and say, hey, how about putting some pressure so that we can get some better service? And so those are my comments. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming to speak with us today. Tillman Ward? No. Okay. James Atkins?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is James Atkins. I'm the Vice President of ATU 732 over maintenance and the non-MARTA properties. I had a whole speech until the young lady here came and spoke about the mobility, and it kind of threw me off because we represent those operators. And that's why I try to argue the fact that we have to have a collective relationship with MARTA management, that we make sure that we have the best possible people out here representing this authority. And that's been the issue. I think I've told a lot of the C team members that the union doesn't hire any of these employees. We've got to do the best we do to vet them, get them in here, and make sure that they're quality people that's going to be able to do the job that we get. Now, once they become vetted, they've been through the process, then they become represented employees. Now we have to represent. But the key part about what we do is strictly about making sure that we're bringing in quality people, because of what we do here depends on lives. And so we have to make sure that we have those type of people here. I'm gonna also give her my number, so we can make sure that we find out what's going on, what we need to be talking about on our end to make sure that we have good people here. I came today dealing with issues with the workers. You guys all seeing what's going on out here with safety, policing, and believe you me, I'm not here to beat up on police. I know their hands are full with what they try to do, but we've got to do better. I came to this meeting today to hold everybody at every level accountable, not just you guys, but us as a union, because we have to be able to make sure that our people are safe, and if we don't bring it to you guys, you don't know. So I did have plenty, but I'm gonna leave it at that, to where you'll see me again and again and again until we start making a difference. Thank you all.
Thank you. And did Mr. Ward just come back in the room? All right. Then it's your turn next.
Thank you. I'm Tillman Ward, President of Community Resources of Vine City, located in the historic West Side, and I thank you for the opportunity to speak to this August board on what's good and what's best for MARTA going forward. We'd like to think we've been partners with MARTA since its inception, and my comments will be on transportational equity, including safety, and I'd like to thank Ms. Allen, the lady that's been with MARTA for many years. She has been receptive in working with the community, and I would hope in terms of community engagement that someone still will be with MARTA that we can talk to. We had, in terms of public safety, there are about 5 public safety organizations that work around the Vine City MARTA station. We'd like to see them have coffee or something together, working together, because those who don't mean too much good, they know that MARTA won't leave the property, and if they're not on Atlanta University's property, they won't go there. But anyway, if they work together, and we do have a resident police living in the area, and if they would work with them. In terms of our historic significance, MARTA, in its equity, transportational equity, they promised going west. The station that's at Hamilton Homes hadn't moved a bit since its inception, and all the other stations have gone up. So in terms of transportational equity, please put on a priority to get them. There are about 5 streets in Vine City that have been severed: Founder Street, Carter Street, Road Street, all to accommodate transportation, but it hasn't been done equitably, and I appreciate it. So my last comment, the comment that Mr. Parker had, ride with respect, we'd like to offer a suggestion: ride with respect or you'll walk with regret. Thank you.
I like it. Thank you. Yeah, that is fantastic. I appreciate your comments today, and that's great. That is the conclusion of our public comments. Thank you to everybody. We're now going to move to approving our minutes. May I have a motion to approve both? Can I do them in one motion? Our 2 meetings? Yeah. A motion to approve both our July 17th, 2025 board meeting minutes and the July 24th, 2025 special call board meeting minutes. And a second, and then if there is no discussion, everybody please vote. All right, the minutes have been approved. We're going to now move to our board committee reports, starting with business management with Mr. Pond.
Madam Chair, the Business Management Committee met on Thursday, July 24th, and approved the following resolutions. A, resolution authorizing the award of a contract for MARTA on-the-go mobile applications, RFP P50585565. Resolution B, authorizing a solicitation of proposals for the procurement of digital out-of-house in-tunnel advertising, RFP P50731. And C, resolution to modify the MARTA pool of authorized underwriting service providers pursuant to a review of the current provider pool. I request approval of these resolutions.
All right, a second. Everybody please vote. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Pond. Those 3 items have passed.
Madam Chair, this concludes my report.
Thank you very much. We're going to go next to Mr. Worthy with Planning and Capital Programs.
Madam Chair, the Planning and Capital Programs Committee met on Thursday, July 24th, 2025, and received the following briefing. A, Alternative Funding Committee. Madam Chair, this concludes my report.
Thank you so much, Mr. Worthy. Short and sweet report. Staying with Mr. Worthy, Operations and Safety.
Madam Chair, the Operations and Safety Committee met on Thursday, July 24th, 2025, and approved the following resolutions. A, resolution authorizing a modification in contractual authorization for license plate readers, RFP P50489. B, resolution authorizing the award of a contract for on-call snow and debris removal services, IFB B50589. I request approval of these resolutions.
All right, may we have a second? Hit your button if there's any discussion. Otherwise, let's please vote. Oh, okay. If we can take Ms. Miller's vote away and move Ms. Williamson's vote. All right. All right. These 2 resolutions have passed.
The committee also received the following briefings. C, landscaping green space improvements by station. D, Georgia Power streetcar closure. Madam Chair, this concludes my report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Worthy. We now turn to Ms. Jones for External Relations.
Madam Chair, the External Relations Committee met on Thursday, July 24th, 2025, and approved the following resolution. Resolution authorizing modification of professional services contract for homeless outreach, L47029. I request approval of this resolution.
All right, may we have a second? And if there's no discussion, everybody please vote. All right, that item has passed.
The committee also received the following briefing: Media Impressions Report for March through June 2025 and Club World Cup Communications Successes. Madam Chair, this concludes my report.
Thank you very much. That concludes our standing committee reports. Mr. Hunt, did you have anything coming out of executive session? I know the board has a personnel matter, but.
No, beyond the board's matter, no.
Okay. So there is one item from the board that came out of executive session, which is a resolution that I am going to read, if you give me 1 second. All right. This is a resolution to appoint an interim general manager and CEO. Whereas Collie Greenwood retired from the position of General Manager CEO of MARTA on July 17, 2025. Whereas MARTA's Chief Customer Experience Officer, Rhonda Allen, has dutifully and ably served as Acting General Manager CEO since that time. Whereas a national search process for a permanent General Manager CEO must commence immediately. Whereas during the period until such permanent General Manager CEO is appointed by the MARTA Board, an interim General Manager CEO must be named. Whereas the interim General Manager CEO must work diligently and tirelessly to begin to rebuild trust and confidence in MARTA from our patrons, jurisdictional partners, business community, and other constituencies. Whereas the MARTA Board is keenly aware of multiple areas of improvement that must be made immediately to address reliability, cleanliness, safety, and project delivery. Whereas the Ad Hoc Search Committee has met 4 times since July 17, 2025 to determine how to address these issues in a bold and prompt manner. Whereas the expertise and generosity of business leaders and other experts from within the MARTA service area is a resource that MARTA is fortunate to have and will serve the best interests of MARTA and its customers during this interim period. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Directors of the Metropolitan Atlanta Rapid Transit Authority that the appoint Chief Legal Counsel Jonathan Hunt as Interim General Manager CEO, effective immediately and until such time as a permanent General Manager CEO is appointed. And be it further resolved that the Board of Directors of the Metro Atlanta Rapid Transit Authority appoint Peter Amon, Katie Kirkpatrick, Keith Parker, and Anna Roach as the initial strategic operational advisors to the Interim General Manager CEO. The total amount of strategic operational advisors shall not exceed a total of 7 persons. And be it further resolved, the strategic operational advisors shall work with the interim general manager CEO on a weekly basis and the MARTA board monthly to identify the most pressing operational issues, triage them in order of importance, and remedy them as soon as possible, as well as position MARTA for future success until such time as determined by the board. And be it further resolved, the interim general manager CEO shall, within 15 days of this resolution, reach out to the leaders of each jurisdictional partner to establish a single point of contact within each jurisdiction to meet with on a regular cadence about that jurisdiction's priorities and concerns. And be it further resolved that Diversified Global is selected as a search firm to conduct a national search for the permanent general manager CEO, which shall commence immediately. So,
I move approval of
All
that
right.
resolution.
all right, and Mr. Pond, I'm assuming that's a second, your finger? Yep. So we have a motion and a second before us. Is there any discussion? All right, then everybody, please vote by hand. All right, that is unanimous by our voting members present today. So the resolution passes. All right, do we have any other comments from the board? Oh,
Do you have one?
I do
I have
have,
one.
okay.
Do you want to go first?
I will go first just to immensely thank our acting general manager, Miss Rhonda Allen, for her strong service, for stepping in this spring when we needed her, even before she was appointed as the acting. She has done a tremendous job here. She is a valued part of our MARTA family. We are lucky to have some very deep talent and some very experienced people here at MARTA, particularly in the C-suite. And we appreciate everything that Ms. Allen has done. This was a tough decision, and truthfully, Ms. Allen has many, many important projects that have to get across the finish line in the next 6 to 12 months, and we need her to keep doing that. And I am hoping there is a announcement shortly that she will also be in a new role at the authority, and I won't steal the thunder on that, but I'll give an opportunity for that in a minute. But just thank you, Ms. Allen, for all that you have done as acting, and we deeply appreciate your.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Worthy.
I want to echo the appreciation to Ms. Allen. To my colleagues, I want to say thank you. Today will be my last MARTA board meeting. Next Monday, I will submit my resignation to the governor. I think many of you know that I plan on qualifying for a run for public office for Atlanta City Council when qualifying opens next week, and I think it's in the best interest of the authority and this board to step away from that while actively campaigning. So I want to thank all of you. I consider all of you dear, dear colleagues, dear friends, to the MARTA staff, Rhonda, Tyreen, Chief, Kevin, everybody. The 9 years on this board has been a really, really meaningful experience to me and has made me a true believer in the authority and the role of public transit as we move our region forward. So thank you all, and I look forward to being in touch.
All right, Ms. Jones.
You've said everything. Thank you, Rhonda. We appreciate you greatly.
Mr. Frierson.
Yes, I just want to say it is wonderful to work on this board and my colleagues as we come together to make these decisions and move this enterprise forward. I mean, it is huge, and I'm grateful for what we've all done in the spirit of cooperation to further this enterprise. And just want to say congratulations to Jonathan Hunt, you know, for his new role and all that he's going to do to help us as we begin to move this enterprise forward. And also to Rhonda Allen for her role as she's filled in the gap. We are very fortunate to have such wonderful talent in our enterprise that can step in and make this happen. And I'm grateful to be a part of the conversation of helping us make us a better enterprise. So thank you.
Ms. Williamson.
I'll just echo the sentiments of my colleagues and thank you, Ms. Allen. You've done a tremendous job over the last several weeks, and we appreciate all that you have contributed to the agency. Congratulations, Mr. Hunt, on your appointment. Look forward to continuing working with you. I'd also like to thank you, Chair Ide, for your patience throughout this process. It has not been easy. We've had a lot of conversations and some where we've not come into agreement immediately, but you have led the way. We look forward to your continued leadership as well as we continue this transition. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Scott.
Congratulations to Mr. Hunt. And Ms. Ide, I know how hard it's been this past week. I sympathize with you. I've been there before with the loss of a family member, a pet that's still a family member. And to Ms. Allen, thank you for all that you've done. Participating in the Rider Advisory Council, I know how important it is, and your position is to Atlanta, to DeKalb, to Fulton, to Clayton in general. Thank you for all that you've done. And for me personally,
Thank you, and I appreciate the support as I stepped into that role in the gap, and I appreciate the board support and your confidence in me even in the last 60 days, and I look forward to continuing to work with Mr. Hunt. He has my full support, and we will just continue to progress. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Hunt, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, I want to thank the board for their trust in leading this powerful organization. I'm accepting this role, A, with a humble heart, B, knowing everything that we need to do to move forward, and with Rhonda's partnership, the C team, and our represented workforce, I know we're going to build an even better MARTA going forward. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Any, don't see any other lights on. All right, our meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.